Joining us now for more context and analysis on our nation's immigration emergency is Janet Murguía, President and CEO of Unidos U.S. That's the nation's largest Latino civil rights and advocacy organization. Janet, first, thanks so much for joining us. Do appreciate it. And I'm wondering what your reaction to the Biden administration sort of reversing its stance on the border wall is.
Well, I think it's fair to say that we were very disappointed to see the president take this step. We think it's a step backwards. Latinos, like all Americans, want a secure and well-managed border. But we've seen time and time again that these types of resources used on a wall just are not effective. They're not effective substantively, and they're not cost effective. And so we were very disappointed to see the president reverse himself on this, and we're hopeful that they will reconsider. We have folks really reviewing as to whether it wouldn't be possible to transfer these funds instead of using them for what he had already said was a wall that he doesn't believe will work.
The question is, why hasn't Congress acted decade after decade on immigration reform?
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, we've seen this issue of immigration reform and the border in particular politicized, in particular and most recently by extremists in the Republican Party who have basically said that, believe that by using the border, they can gain political posturing. But, we know that the border and managing it is important, but we need sound, sensible policy engagement. Congress has to act in a bipartisan way.
What can organizations like yours be doing to hold our elected officials accountable so they start to prioritize this not only national but hemispheric emergency?
Well, I think advocacy organizations like Unidos U.S. and others, anybody who cares about the future of our country and having us have a brighter future with economic opportunities for everyone, we need to hold our elected officials accountable. And that means not just presidential elections and who's president, but our congressional elections become extremely important, and making sure we're engaging all of the public and certainly voters to really understand a member of Congress and a candidate for a member of Congress's position on this issue. And that might even mean local elected officials. But more and more, we need to have folks who understand that we can address this issue, including the border. And if we look at what the economic opportunities are for this country and the dynamism and the vitality that immigrants can bring, obviously it has to be orderly.
A few years back, you coined a phrase. You famously called former President Obama the deporter-in-chief. President Biden was his then vice president at the time. I'm curious how you characterize the current president.
Well, I would say I think that they have taken some important steps and have tried to address in a piecemeal way some of the gaps in our immigration system, most recently granting what is called temporary protected status to a cohort of immigrants, Venezuelans. But I do think that President Biden and his team can assert more leadership. I think, while we are seeing the Republicans in an extreme way politicize the border, and that is wrong, I would like to see President Biden more fully embrace an American solution that can be shared by our Western Hemispheric partners, including Mexico and Central and South America.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you're right. It's going to be an American solution. Janet Murguía, thank you so much, President and CEO of Unidos U.S. We appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.